Hello and welcome. Today I bring to you a little bit of a tutorial. So if you remember, there was a video in which I made this little guy. The thing is, I saw that a lot of you liked it, so maybe we should make a little tutorial. I've been perfectioning the pattern quite a lot. I will leave down in the description again the patterns that I used and kind of how I mixed them in the description below. And we are going to make this bigger one, mainly so that you can see better all of the stitches and ignore the legs. I saw them a little bit wonky. So what do we actually need for this guy? We need yarn, a light yarn, a darker yarn. We need quite literally a handful of filling, not too much. And we need ice. Now, I'm going to try to make this as beginner friendly as I can. So when you have this yarn, let me move the guy. Somewhere around here, yes, you can find the hook sizes. So here you have 5 and 4, and here you have 5 and 6. The thing is, with these sizes I will usually go even thinner. So for example, you take the smallest one, which is 4, and I will go a half or just 1 less, so my hook is 3.5 millimeters. Just to make it tight, like this one, so you don't see the filling inside. Here you can barely see the filling. That's kind of the idea, to make him quite strong and tight, so that he doesn't fall apart and you cannot see through him. And we're going to start with the pattern. So first of all, we need a magic ring. Magic ring is probably one of the most difficult things that you can do in crochet. It took me literally 50 tries to get it. So what you do is you take this, or at least how I learned it. You may have learned it in another way if you want to watch other tutorials. So you take the yarn with the shortest, like the end, on this hand, or I don't know if you are left-handed, you have to do it the opposite way around. I'm not really sure. You take this yarn, this end, and you take probably like 2 of your fingers, you wrap it around twice, and this stays put like flying, kind of. And now you insert your hook, you take this one and you pull it through and you twist it, and you take out your fingers. The thing is, it's not really secure. You can see how it does like an A. So I usually take it like this and twist it again, and that's how you do it. If you want me to repeat, maybe. So you take them like this. I put my finger, this finger, to hold this one so it doesn't move. Take this one, loop it and twist it, and then you take it out, and because it's so loose, you twist it again. Now, to make sure that you have your magic ring, you should be able to pull through here and it will become smaller, like that. And now we're going to start with the pattern. So we're basically only going to do single crochets. Yes, single crochets mainly. In our magic ring we have 0 single crochets. What we need is 6. To make a single crochet, you insert your hook and you take through here. Now you have 2 loops. Can you see them? Now you twist your yarn and pull through both of them. and now you have one. So repeating is you take your hook down, you take your yarn, and then you take another time your yarn. Now we have two, and we will do it another 4 times. So 4, 5, and 6. Now this is where the magic ring comes in hand. You tie it as strong as you can, and I'm going to use a yarn of a different color just so I know where to end and where to start my rows. Now, to know where you have to insert your hook, because we need 6 at our first one, you're going to start counting from this one down 6, and once you get to the 6th one, you need to insert your hook through both of these that are kind of like a braid shape. Because if you see, you have been doing a braid shape like this. So now you count 1 with the one that we have on the hook, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is the one that we need. This is the one. I'm going to try to put the yarn through well. I'm holding it with the hook like that. Now, what do we do with this 6th one, you may be asking? Absolutely nothing. You just pull some yarn and you do a single crochet. And now we have the first one of the 2nd row. Yes. Now we need to do increases. What is an increase, you may be asking? We do 2 single crochets in 1 single crochet. So we have already 1 on this hole, we just need to do another one. That's how we do it. Now to do on this one, you first insert your hook, pull it through, and pull it through. Insert, take, pull, and pull another time. And now we have 4. How many stitches do we need till the end? 12. So it's 2 increases in every single one. Let's do that. 3, 4, 5, 6. Now that we have all of these increases, I'm going to put my stitch marker, pull it kind of like through it. You should pull it in and then out again. Once you finish, then in again, so you kind of have this discontinuous line through all of the layers. Now for our 2nd row, what do we need? We need single crochet and increase 6 times, so it means we need to do a single crochet in 1 stitch, so that's 1, and then we need to do an increase in the next one, 1 and 2, then 1, then where is yes here, 1 and 2, and then 1, 1 and 2, 1, 1 and 2, 1, 1 and 2. Yes. Now we move the stitch marker over. What do we have? 2 single crochets and 1 increase. So we need, make sure that you don't stitch through your stitch marker. So we need 1 and 2, and then an increase, 1 and 2, 1, 2, and then an increase, 1 and 2. We should be doing this sometimes. 1, 2, and an increase. How many do we have? I think 3, maybe 4. 1, 2, 1 and 2. 1, 2, 1 and 2. Now we have this kind of circle. Yes, we should be having 24 stitches. Now that we have 24 stitches, I don't know if you can see what I'm doing. We make the stitch marker, we pull it through. You can see how it's discontinuous. Can you see? It's discontinuous. And now it comes to the really important part. We are going to learn how to change color. So with the stitch, we're going to do how many? 4 single crochet. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And we need an increase, but when we finish our increase we need to change the color, so we do 1 single crochet, we do the other increase, but we stay here, we don't pull through, no, we stay here, we stay with these 2 only, because we're going to make exactly this stitch on this side. Yes, exactly this one, where you can see each change color from blue, which is this stitch, to white. Now I'm going to take white yarn, here it is, and I'm going to leave a tail, and I'm going to pull it through, and once I pull it through, what I like to do is to tie it to the other color, like this, just a normal tie. Tie twice or 3 times if you want. Don't tie it really strong, because you may stiffen up the yarn like that. Now that we have the white one, do you remember that braid that we talked about before? Well, it has a front loop and a back loop. So the front loop is this one right here, while the back loop is this one right here. We're going to work in the back loop. So for the back loop, we take the white, we kind of like pull this green to the side, we forget about it right now, and we need 5 single crochets. So we do from the back loop a single crochet, from the back loop as another single crochet, we have 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now that we have these 5, we need to decrease 3 stitches into 1. Can you see these 3 stitches? I don't know if it's focusing. Yes. Well, once we have these 3 stitches, we need to decrease them. I'm going to make it quite close. So we go through the back loop and we take 1. Now we have a single crochet. We take another one. Now we have a decrease, a normal decrease, and we take the other one. Now we have a 3 into 1 decrease. Now we take our yarn, we loop it through, and we go through all of them. In this way, we can get this part. Wait, let me show you. this part right here where it's kind of pointy, you can see 1, 2, and 3 yarns going into one. That was the idea. Now we need to do another 5 single crochets on the back loop. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now that we have all of this, it should look long, because it is quite long. It should take almost all of it, maybe like around a little bit more than half, yes. Now, it is really important that you do it in the back loop, because here we're going to do slip stitches so that it gets this kind of form and it's a little bit over. But I forgot that we didn't need to end that one, because we're going to do a change of color yet again. Now, what do we need? An increase in 4 single crochets. So now we take our green yarn, we don't pull it a lot, maybe it's better if we leave it a little bit more wobbly. We pull it through, and we need to do an increase into 2 of them. We now forget about the back loop, we're probably not going to use it anymore until the legs and arms. So we do an increase, so it's 1 and 2 into the same one. And then I'm going to pull a little bit too wide because it's loosening up. We do how many? 4 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now, with that done, we take our stitch marker, we should have decreased just 1 stitch throughout all of this. So now for the next layer, we do 4 single crochets, 1, 2, 3, 4, no, it's 5, yes. Then we do an increase, 1 and 2. We don't finish this one. We take our white, we pull it through. Now we do, wait, is this one? Yes. Now we do 5 single crochets, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We do a decrease, so we do 1 and 2. No, wait. So in this 5th one, we do 1, 2, and 3, like that, and then 4. Yes, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Before we finish the 4th one, we crochet, we change color. We do an increase, 1 and 2, and now we do 1, 2, 3, and 4 should be the end. Now we take our stitch marker that I have lost in all of this chaos. We pull it out like that, and we need to repeat the whole layer. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and an increase, so it's 1 and 2, we don't finish this increase. We take another one like this, and now we go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we do 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. We don't finish that one. It's 9. Yes. Now we take this one, we do an increase 1 and 2, and we need from 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now with that done, we need, what do we need? 6 single crochet, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, this is single crochet, and then what? And then an increase, so 1 and 2. We leave this one open. I'm going to move my yarn a little bit closer, and we take the white one, we change the color, and then we need 4 single crochet, so 1, 2, 3, and 4. And now we need a normal decrease, so we take 1 loop, we take another loop, we are decreasing 2 into 1 instead of 3 into 1, and we pull through. And now we need 1, 2, 3, and 4 over this one, because we actually need to make this a little bit wider. Here you can see how it goes wider. Now we leave that one open, and we take another one, the other color, and now we do an increase, so it's 1 and 2 into the same one, 6 single crochet, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now, after we have this, you can start to see the shape of the frog, like that. Usually when I get to this part, I will loosen this up, and now we're going to put the eyes. To put the eyes, you need 2 eyes. These ones are a little bit smaller. For this one, you can see that they are small compared to for the smaller ones, they are quite the perfect size. So, let's put them. If you have round ones, you don't really need to think about this, but if you have kind of like triangle ones like me, you might need to think about this. You are going to try to see what look do you want. Maybe his eyes to be slightly kind of like sad, maybe more like open like this, maybe more of this shape. Can you see the difference between this one, and then this one? You need to decide on that. Once you decided, everything is easy peasy. You are going to count 2. So wait, let me get the hook out. So you have 1, and then you have this second. You need to put it through here. So it's the first white you see this front loop that we left, and then this too, and you need to put it in the way that you want, like that. Now you take the other one and you do the same. From the last white one, you go to the front loop, and then here, in between those two stitches, like that, and you put it how you want it. Now you turn the back, you hold them so that they don't twist while you're doing this. Let me see, they're not twisting, okay. You pull them, now we are in the inside of our frock, and you put these thingies like this. We insert it till the end, like that, and now we twist. Back up. Are they correctly positioned? No, they turned a little bit, so let's just fix that. The most important thing is that you don't put the eyes over this front loop, because we're going to need it later to do the mouth. And now continuing on, we tie this back up. And what do we need now? We need to do 4 rows that are the same, so I'm going to show you how to do one. And then you can come back to this moment and repeat it 4 times. So we need 6 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. We don't finish it. We need to change to our white, so we change. Then we need 11 on our white. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, and then 11 is going to be over the green one. We don't finish the 11th one, we change to our green, tie it a little bit, and we need, what do we need now? 4 single crochet. That's definitely not 4. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 single crochets, yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need to make a decrease here. I've done something wrong, but it doesn't matter. So we have 5. And now we just continue on like we did, so 6. Now, once you have done that row 4 times, you should have already our guy like this. This is the biggest he's going to get, I believe. Yes. We're going to start doing decreases. These are the 2 single crochets into one. No, not again those 3 single crochets into one. You need to kind of stretch it a little bit. Mine, I tied it a little bit too much, so do be careful with that. Now what do we need? We need 6 single crochets. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. We don't finish the 6 ones. We change to white, and now we do a decrease. So we take this one, the first white, and then the next one, and we make it into 1. Now we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, and we do another decrease here, so 1 and 2. And so now that we have this decrease, here's a really important thing. Instead of finishing it, we need to change to our green and finish it with the green, like that. Let me tie this. What do we need now? We need we need 5 single crochets. So we will do 1 in this one. It's a little one, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. But I don't have a 5th one. It doesn't matter. 5. Now, let me stretch this out. Now is where we start to have a little bit of a problem. We need to do decreases, so we have to do single crochet. Now we need to do a decrease, like that, a single crochet, and this decrease we're going to finish it with a white instead of a green. I need to, maybe if I pull here like that, it will be better. We change to white and we do 1 and 2, 1 decrease, 1 and 2, another decrease. Oh no, 1 and this one, 2, another decrease. Then we do 2 single crochets, 1 and 2, and then we do another 2 decreases. So 1 decrease, and here this decrease we need to finish it with the green. Oops, like that. Now what are we going to do? With decrease, 1 and 2, we single crochet and we decrease, like that. Now we take our stitch marker. Where are your stitch marker? Here. And now we're going to work on the last row. So before we work on it, I'm going to put all of the yarn inside, and I'm going to take the filling and get it in. With the filling, if you have this type of filling like I do, you can shape it, but if you don't have filling, you can just use scrap yarn and all that stuff. That's what I used when I started crocheting, these type of things. But I had a lot of filling because before I did kind of these dolls like that, shape it a little bit. Here we have our friend. He's looking really nice, only here I have a problem because you can see the filling. It got out over here. Move it in. Maybe I did too much filling now that I look at it, but it's okay. Now here, continuing on with our little guy, we put our stitch marker over. This is the last time we're going to put it. Next time we're going to take it out. And we do 2 decreases. So we do 1 and 2. Now it's going to be a little bit harder to do this. 1 and 2. We don't pull through. We actually change color. Let me move this yarn like that. We change color, and now how many? 3 decreases. 1 and 2, that's 1, 1 and 2, that's another one, and 1 and 2. We change color like that. Not that we change color because we don't need the white anymore. We're going to cut the white. One problem less. And I'm going to tie it to this part. Can you see this part? From where we took the green from the other side. I'm going to tie it there. Well, if I can. Come on. I'm going to tie it like that. I hope you're seeing what I'm doing. Like that. Now pull it in. Hide it. So we did that. Now what do we need? Right now, what do we need? 1 decrease. Okay. So we do 1 decrease and single crochet, and we are now where our stitch marker is. Now we pull through the stitch marker. It should come out if you haven't sewn into it or crocheted into it. Now here we have this opening. We're going to do a slip stitch into this one. To do a slip stitch, you pull through, and instead of taking another one, you use this one that you pull through and you pull it through again. Now we leave a tail, enough to sew it. Like this. We have the torso. Going to make him a little bit more fluffy. And now, if I can, my needle. We need a yarn needle. I think I forgot to say that at the beginning. We need a yarn needle. And we twist it and put it through here. If you cannot put your yarn through the needle because maybe it's too thick and you're making a bigger one, I should suggest you use, where are they? This type of thread, and you kind of like make this shape with it, and you put this one through this hole and then you pull through, and it should be the same. Now I don't know how many do we have here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 7. From this one that we have, we're going to take our needle through the outermost hoop and we're going to tie it. Then here, from the next one, we're going to put it through this one. It doesn't really matter through which ones you pull it, as long as it gets kind of decent. And then with this one, and at the end we're going to tie it like this. Once you have tied it, you take your needle like this and you get it out through just basically any loop, anywhere you need it. You cut it and you squish it in. Now we're going to make the mouth through the front loops of over here. Maybe I could use this one, this cell. You need quite a decent amount for this. And now, you see these 2 stitches, these ones? You're going to insert your yarn through there and hold on to this one, maybe make it shorter, because I'm not really sure if I have enough. You do that, do make it long enough so you can put it through this and pull it through. And now we're going to do slip stitch. To do a slip stitch, just like the other time, we take this one and we'll pull it through all. Let's take this one, we pull it through the other one, take it and pull, take it and pull, take it and pull, take it and pull, take and pull, take and pull. I don't know if I have no yarn. Take and pull, take and pull, take and pull, take and pull, take another time and pull. Now that we have it, we just need to tie it up. I usually tie it up to the same one as the other side, like that. And now to take this and hide it, you pull through the body and then you take it, you go down even more than that. I don't like his face shape. Let me just move a little bit to feel it, like that. And now we haven't tied this one, so let's tie it. And now we take it out. And now we have his body. We have the body, we finished the body. Here you can see how they look. And now we're going to do the hands and the legs. They are quite simple compared to this one. This one is the hardest part. Now we're going to start with the most complicated one. We're going to start with the legs. So we do a magic ring, just like last time. We pull like this, then we take like this, and we twist it. And now we do, instead of 6 single crochets, we do 5. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We pull, and now we do here in the 5th one. We do a slip stitch, so we pull it through, and now we do 2 chains. To do a chain, I don't think I have done that. You just take your yarn and pull it through. You have 1 chain, take it and pull it through. You have 2 chains. Now, to do the legs, what we do is, in this first one that you did, you're going to do a single crochet. This way we have kind of like a little leg. And into the back loop of the next one, really important that it is only the back loop, we do a slip stitch, like that. Now we chain 2, we single crochet into the first one, like we did before, and we slip stitch into the next one. We chain 2, we single crochet into the first one, and we slip stitch into the back loop. Once we've done that, here you can see that it has the shape of a leg. We move to the front loops. Here you can see this front loop, which is, we have the back loop here. We take this front loop, if I can, because it might be a little bit tight. Maybe if I move it like this. Yes. You single crochet through it. So 1 single crochet, 2 single crochets, we may need to 3 single crochets, crochets, 4 single crochets, and 5 single crochets. Once we get that, we have the base of our leg. Later we'll put this inside with the needle. And now we count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So through this one we start doing either 10 rows of 5 single crochets, or you just do 50 single crochets. You count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way to 50. So now that we have 50, what we do is we do a slip stitch into the next one, and we leave a tail so that we can sew it on. That, if you want, we can do some stuff, like for example taking the needle. We're going to take this needle, we're going to do 2 knots over here with whatever stitch you want, doesn't really matter. 1 and 2, tie it up really good, and now we go through the whole leg until we get out right here. We cut it while the leg is scrunched up, and we leave it like this. Now we have a leg. Let's do another leg. And now I'm going to show you how to do an arm. So we move the leg, we separate really carefully the legs from the arms, because as I told you last time, I sewed an arm instead of a leg. So we do a magic ring, and we twist this part, and we do 5 single crochets like the legs. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We tie it up, and now here's where the things change. We do a slip stitch over here, we chain 2, 1 and 2, and instead of doing a single crochet into the first stitch, into the first chain, sorry, we just leave it like that. And now 2, 3, 4, we slip stitch into the back loop like the last time. Now we chain 2, we slip stitch into the back loop, 1 and 2, and slip stitch into the back loop. Here you can see that it's not as pronounced as these ones. It's kind of like a smaller version. That's what we need for the arms, to make them slightly smaller. And now into the front loops we should do single crochet, 1, front loop, and single crochet, 2, front loop, single crochet, 3, front loop, single crochet, 4, and front loop and single crochet, 5. So we count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We get our hook here, and we do 1 single crochet. This is our first single crochet out of 10 rows. No, well, out of 12 rows we should have 40 single crochets. So we start making them. That's 1, and that's 2, 3, 4, 5. I will meet you at the end. Now that we have our 40 single crochets, we do a slip stitch like this, and we pull through quite a little bit of yarn, and we take our yarn needle and we do the same thing that we did with the leg, which is sew it so that it doesn't come unraveled. And now you should have a leg and an arm. The arm should be slightly smaller. Here you can see it's slightly shorter and smaller on this eye part, but it should be roughly as thick. Now that you have your leg and your arm, you should repeat the process for the other leg and the other arm, and I will meet you back and we will sew the fork together. So now that we have all of our pieces, I'm going to show you how to put armature wire into this thing. What you need is armature wires. You bend them just to make sure that they don't how do you say this? They don't come out. The thing is, you need to find this line, and wherever you want you can put the armature wire. It should be a little bit more than the leg, you can see. Just a little tiny more, so that it stays put. And you put the armature wire like this, at least for now. And now for the arms, it's a little bit more tricky. You should take the end of the mouth and go 2 or 3, how many was it? You should go on the second row and put it through. So on the second row you should go through this hole, like that. Now that we have him like this, he looks so nice like this. We take, which ones are the arms? Oh my god. We take the arms, let's put them right here, and I'm going to sew an arm. To sew the arm, it's really important that you keep the armature wire quite nice. And now there's a hole right here through where we can work with. I don't know if you can see it. Yes, we put that hole through, making sure that nothing comes out of it until we hit the end. And now we just sew wherever we feel like it. So I'm going to sew it together. It's not all that important that it is perfect, because it's round, it's going to either way turn all the time, and I know that for a fact. So you just turn it however you want, and that's it. No more needed. I should have put the legs later, but it doesn't matter. Here we just sew it nice and tight, making sure that this is tight, because if it's not tight then he may lose a limb, and we don't want that. Okay, maybe you want that. It's all your preference. Like that. And now we just sew it again tight. Do that another time and tie it up. And now this, I will get it out through here, maybe. and I will leave it. Now we will do the other arm. At the end we just pull through. Now we pull, we cut, and now he has arms. Like that. They are possible because it's amateur wire. Mainly because of that. Now we're going to move to the legs, which we will sew just the same way. If you are not putting armature wire, you should sew them around the same area that we put the armature wire in. So it's this third row, this is the first row, but this is the second row that is completely visible. So you just do this, you sew there, and here is the second row from the bottom up on either side. You leave around 3 stitches. These are the 3 decreases that we did at the end, and you sew them right here where my fingers are. We make the hole bigger and we put the leg through. And now we sew. As well, I've been doing lately some clothing for these frocks. I'll put a picture maybe somewhere right here. And if you want a tutorial on that, I will work a little bit more on the pattern because it's really like on eye what I'm doing and not so much of a real pattern. So if you want that, you can tell me in the comments. Now we tie it up. Do it again. And this time I'm going to get it out through the back, right here. Now he has a leg. He's turning so pretty. I didn't expect that. This, like this. On to the last limb and the last part and the last step, which is sewing on the other leg. Or if you get it out through the same hole. Now this is what I mean with getting out. Sometimes you might get out. Now we take this, we cut it, and we now have a frock. Now do this. That. And like this. And we have a frock. He looks so pretty. I love it. Hi. He looks so awesome. Oh, I love it. Every single time I do a frock, I'm just like, oh, look how pretty he is. Look how perfect he is. This one definitely turned out so cute. And now we have two. This is how it will look if you don't put armature wire. It also looks quite good. It's kind of like a little felt one, or you can put some clothing on it. These are the pieces of clothing that I've been working on. Kind of like overalls, a little hat. I love the hats. They turn so pretty. Here you can have, wait, let me take these ones out for a second. Here you can see these two ones. I still don't have patterns for these ones, but if you want them, just tell me and I will make the patterns and do a tutorial. So yes, that's how we did our little froggy friend. He's so pretty. I will see you next time. Bye!